Good afternoon, everyone. Good crafternoon, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. Come on in. Welcome to Crafternoon. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I'm all excited. My heart's going bump, bump, bump. My name is Susan Campfield. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And every month I do a class called Crafternoon. The full name is Sue Stampfield Crafternoon Creative Escape. That's hard to say. And every month I design a special fun fold, a unique fun fold that we do together. And so people who placed a qualifying order with me last month got a packet in the mail to make this fun fold card. My Stampfield Stars team members, these are people who purchased the starter kit and became demonstrators with me. They also made this card at our quarterly meeting, virtual meeting last week, 2 weeks ago? Last week, I think. And they made a different version. And then my extended team members, those who are somewhere and the people below me, they got an email with all of the sizes so they could do this along with me. But anyone is welcome to join us. So we're so excited that you're here with us today. And we're going to create a fun fold card. So last month, I've been doing this, these creative fun folds since January 2022. So we've got a whole library of them available on my blog, SueStampfield.com. If you subscribe to my email, my free project sheets, you'll see lots of free tutorials. The Crafternoon tutorials are purchasable tutorials, and they're all available on my website. You can peruse them and take a look at the different folds. But today we're doing it's kind of a take on last month. Last month's card was hugely popular. I was blown away. Thank you so much for how excited you were on last month's project. That was the Flying Seagull Fun Fold card. There were no seagulls anywhere on any of the cards, but the shape, let's grab a seagull. Where's a seagull? Here we go. Come here, seagull. The shape of the card, when it's extended, looks like a bird, right? Can you see it? Can you see the bird? I hope you can see the bird. And so I love this card. It's awesome. It's perfect for 12 by 12 papers, and it's got a 4 by 4 spot in the center, which again is great for 12 by 12 papers. Or you can use 6 by 6 papers on it, but it does take the whole sheet to do the card. So I thought it would be fun to do another flying bird card, but with a different shape. So I would like to introduce you to the Flying Finch Fun Fold card. So just like the seagull, where is it? Here we go. Let's see. I have to find where the camera is. There we go. Can you see the bird shape here? Actually, maybe it'd be more accurate to go like this. Here's our flying finch. So the wingspan is not quite as wide on the finch as it was on the seagull, hence the name Finch instead of seagull. And but it's the same general action. However, the center panel is perfect for 6 by 6 papers. Of course, it works for 12 by 12 really well too. So I would love to show you how to make the Flying Finch Fun Fold card. Shout out to my son, Joe. He was the one that, again, he's named the Flying Seagull card. We kind of named it together. And this one, he helped me come up with the Flying Finch name. So let's show them both side by side. Come here, seagull. So you can see the seagull has quite a longer wingspan, and the finch is okay, my camera's backwards, you guys. It's totally throwing me off. This has to go up. Cover up the face. There we go. So we're going to learn how to make the finch, and you can find the seagull, the full tutorials on my blog, and the video is here on my channel. So let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to show you how to make the Flying Finch card, and then I'm going to share 4 more designs. So it'll be a total of 5 different cards that you can create. And if you're looking for the easy button, you can go to my website, suestanfield.com, click on shop and then tutorials for sale, and go to tutorials for sale, and it's already there. And you can just buy it, download it, and just start crafting like crazy. So let's go ahead and get started. Bald eagle card. Yeah, that would be fun. All right, so my mom suggested flying falcon for this one, but that didn't have quite the fluffy connotation that a finch did. It seemed a little more bloodthirsty, so I went with the finch, and it's a little bit more compact too. So that kind of fit. And did you know there are finches all over the world? I did not know that. We have a lot of goldfinches here, especially in Iowa. That's the state bird of Iowa where I grew up. And there's I know in England, they have the chaffinch, very common bird there. In Australia, they have the Australian zebra finch. So lots of finches. So let's go ahead and flip the camera. And I'm going to give you a little closer look instead of my wobbly. Oh, look, here's my little stand all set up for us. Where did our card go? All right. So I'm gonna show you how this stands for display. So it stands just like that. The wings are what help it stand up, and then it collapses down and fits into a standard envelope. As far as the center part does not open, you just flip it back and you write your greeting there, or I'm going to show you some versions where I've stamped the greeting. I'm going to flip my camera downwards so we can get a little better view here, and I can hold things flat and we can make our card. So are you guys ready? Are you to make it? Okay, so it does flap. That's the wings. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to grab my packet here. For those of you who placed a qualifying order last month and got the packet, you're going to want to grab your packet of supplies. Team members, you're going to want to grab what you cut. If you want to hang out with us next month and get a packet in the mail to make next month's Fun Fold card, just place a $50 order in my online store and you're going to be all set. Now I'm going to hang on to the envelope so I can show you at the end how it collapses down into the envelope. And we're going to set aside all these fun little pieces for decorating because I'm really good at losing stuff. So I'm just going to capture those and scoot those to the side. I've got some pretty designer paper here, some pretty embossed panels. And this is what I was after, is our card base. Save the Post-it note that has the embellishments tucked away on the inside. And one thing I left off the supply list that I would recommend for this card is a Post-it note. So if you don't happen to have a Post-it note handy or nearby or in your house at all, go ahead and take off the embellishments, set them somewhere where they're not going to get lost. I'm really good at losing things. And just use this Post-it note, okay? This is going to be our third hand. Sometimes when you're putting together Fun Fold cards, you really wish you had another hand, right? This is going to serve as our third hand today. So I'm going to just take a quick look at my note that I sent with the packet. I need dimensionals, mini dimensionals, multi-purpose liquid glue. That's optional, by the way. Standard adhesive of choice, and a bone folder. So I think I've got all those things here, sort of. Okay, ready to go. All right, and one more item that you might need is a paper piercer to remove the backing from the adhesive sheets. So we're going to grab we have two pieces in our pack here that are exactly the same size, and they are scored exactly the same. And boy, the scoring is not showing up real well there. If I tilt it just like that, you can see the scoring. So each piece is scored at, so once again, it's 5.5 by 6 1/4. And then each piece is scored at 1.5, 2 3/4, 4 5/8. Okay, both of those are scored those same ways. Now, just like the Flying Seagull card, there is a proper order to putting this together. And we're actually these two pieces are going to be forming our card base. Okay, so I'm going to lay them on my desk so that the I'm going to call this medium wide. I'm going to call this skinny. I'm going to call this widest, and I'm going to call this medium again. Okay. If you're more of a measurement person, the tutorial, this is 1.5. This one's 1.25. This one's 1 7/8, and this one is 1 5/8. So you want that 1.5 one on the outside. On this one, it's going to be the opposite. I want the 1.5 one on the outside as well, and the 1 5/8 in the center. I'll walk you through this as we score it so it makes a little more sense. We're going to start with the medium next to the skinny, and we're going to fold this as a mountain. Okay, so that's a mountain fold. And I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder and just crease that. Okay, so I've got the medium one as a mountain fold, and then I've got my skinny one here. That next fold is going to be a valley. So I'm folding it backwards, and I'm going to crease it. Okay, so now we've got a mountain and a valley. You can see we're accordion folding up to this point, and now we're going to change it and do something a little bit different. We are now going to fold this one also valley. So instead of doing this one mountain and going every other, this one is going to go backwards and also be a valley. So your piece should look like this. We have the 1.5 inch width here, the 1 1/4 inch width here. This one is 1 7/8, and this one over here is 1 5/8. So you want that biggest, widest channel is the flat one, if that makes sense. Okay, we're going to fold this one exactly the same, but remember we put the 1.5 for the medium out here, and then the skinny, then the wide, then the medium. So we're going to start on the outside, and we're going to again do a mountain fold, then a valley fold. I'm going to flip it over to crease it here, and another valley fold. Whoops, that's mountain, Susan. Valley fold. If you accidentally scored it the wrong way, just fold it the other way. No worries. Easy to fix. It's all easy to fix until you start gluing, right, friends? So this one is the same way. We've got kind of medium, skinny, widest, and then another medium. I'm talking about these in terms of just how you would be eyeballing them, unless you have a ruler handy. And then you can just double check that this one on the outside has to be 1.5. These two are very similar, but they are not the same. So the one on the outside has to be 1.5. Okay, so I have my two pieces folded like this. And again, that widest part is down. I would like you to grab a pen or a pencil. What we're going to do is going to be covered up. We're going to make an X. So we have this white medium, skinny, a little bit wider, and this medium one is going to be folding backwards, and we're going to put an X on it. That's going to show us where to put our adhesive in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this. I've got medium, I've got skinny, I've got wide, and I've got medium, and I'm going to mark it with an X. These two folded edges are going to meet up in the middle. We're going to be adhering a panel on top of them, but these are what's going to give the card its wing movement. Okay, so you do not want to glue the card to this side. All right, so we've got this all set. I'm going to grab these other pieces here. One is a little bit smaller. That's just a layer piece. I'm going to grab the bigger one. The bigger one is 5.5 by 3.5. And I'm going to be adhering that to these two center panels. My goal is to have about 1/8 of an inch between this score here and the edge of the paper. I purposely left some wiggle room for you. I also made sure that these two tabs that you're gluing it to are slightly smaller so that if you get a little off, they're not going to show. Before we go on, we're going to use that third hand that I talked about. You can see how these are kind of bouncing around. And for me to get adhesive on here and have them hold still so I can glue this on, it gets a little wiggly. So I'm going to use a Post-it note to help me. So I'm going to put on the back of my card here, I'm going to put a Post-it note on this half and have it hang over. Here, see my X there. I'm going to take my other half and fold it back so I can see my X. And I'm going to line these two up close together. I do not recall who I was talking to. Somebody, one of my customers or team members that had made the Fun Fold, the Flying Seagull card, said I think they used washi tape or something to sort of hold it together. And I thought, oh, how brilliant is that? And I thought, you know what? Post-it notes are something most people would have. So when you have that Post-it note on the back, it's just temporary. It's just to hold the two pieces together so that you can easily glue. Okay, so we're ready to add our adhesive. Now this is where you can use multi-purpose liquid glue if you wish to. I am actually going to use a tape runner. We want to run adhesive fairly close to that fold in the middle, just so that there's no gappage. Gappage, is that a word? I don't know. I just made it a word. So I'm going to run my tape runner down this side. It's on the part that's marked with an X, and then I'll put another band over here. Oh, crazy driving here. I'm trying to do this around the camera. Not so easy. And I'm going to do the same over here. Again, if you prefer liquid glue for this, you absolutely can use liquid glue. We did that on the Seagull card because I didn't have this fun little Post-it note trick. This helps it still get even when you use a tape runner. So now I'm going to take my piece that's 3.5 by 5.5. I'm going to butt it up with the top of my card, and I'm going to center it between the score line on the left and the score line on the right. Again, it should leave about 1/8 of an inch there. And I'm going to glue that down. Okay, let me hold that up so you can see. No, let's zoom it up so you can see. I'll bend it backwards so you can see about how much space is between the straight edge of the pop out and the side piece here. Okay, so let's zoom back the other way. So it should now look like this. This is the part you're going to decorate. That's the body of your bird, and these are your wings. You can see right now it's not very fluid. It's not really flapping like it should. That's because of the Post-it note. We can remove that now because we are done with that. It was just holding our piece down for us. Okay, so now you can see it freely flies. It flies away. So we're going to decorate this with the Hello Irresistible designer series paper. So I'm going to slide this out of the way. I'm going to start by adhering this panel to this layer. So this is 3 by 5. This is 3.25 by 5.25, and I'm going to adhere those together. Again, you can use multi-purpose liquid glue for this. You can use a tape runner, whichever you prefer. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Seal. Totally up to you. And I like to stand when I make my cards because I get things straighter. Now watch, I'll get it crooked now that I said that, right? So I'm just going to adhere that down. And then I'm going to adhere this to my pop-out panel, but I'm going to adhere it with dimensionals. So on the back of my piece here, let's pull this up just a little bit. We're going to put one in the middle and one in each corner here. And once I get this decorated, I'm going to show you 4 more versions of this Fun Fold card. So I'm going to peel off the little papers on the back. I so easily could have made like 10 of these. Like I just could have kept going. It's so fun to create these cards. And if you have a lot of designer paper, I love my designer paper. It makes things so quick and easy when you're making cards. This is perfect for using 3-inch panels, which works, of course, for both 6 by 6 and 12 by 12. So we've got that center part done. I'm going to go ahead and decorate the outside panels here. So we've got 2 pieces of designer series paper. Now these outer panels and inner panels can be decorated with designer paper or embossed pieces. whatever you want, right? So we're going to use, for this one, we're going to put the embossed pieces on the outer panels and the designer paper ones on the inner panels, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead. Now these were embossed with the brand new embossing folders. It's a 3-pack. This is the crosshatch version. Those have been so popular that they are now back ordered. So they are not, you are not able to order those folders at this time. They will be back again in May. May 1st is the date they're anticipated to arrive back at Stampin' Up. All right, so I've got my designer paper panels and my embossed panels already. You can see my little bird flying around there. So we're going to grab our other pieces that were in your pack. Oh, goodness, I thought I lost some of them, but they're all still they're all still here. So you've got, I took the bow punch, the bow builder punch, I believe it's called, and I punched 2 of the larger leafy branches from that. And we're going to take a pair of snips and we're just going to cut off the bottom leaf. We're just going to make our bow a little bit shorter. Okay, otherwise it's a little too long. So I just cut the bottom leaf off. Okay, you can save those for another project or you can check them out. And then we have some embossed words. Now these are from I cut these from these awesome dies. They are called Love for You dies. They come with a stamp set. They're in the mini catalog and they're a great way to make really beautiful words. So we have For You here, and they also come with a matching layer die. So I've cut that from the designer series paper, and we're going to be attaching our For You to the layering pieces. So I'm going to punch out my For You. Now I have put adhesive sheets on the back of these. And so you're going to just take your piercer or take your fingernail. My fingernails have this pretty polish on them, so they don't always work the greatest. But you just want to find the edge of the backing piece and pull that off. I'm starting with the word for, and those little insides of the F and the O stuck to that. So I'm all ready to go, and I'm just going to adhere this to my little base. There we go. Let's just shove you over just a little bit. So press that down to activate that adhesive. Going a little bit closer here. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the U. I'm going to punch that out. And find, now in the tutorial, I walk you through how to do the adhesive sheets if you haven't tried those before. So I'm just going to peel off the backing here. Sure you are, Sue. There it is. Again, the take your pick tool is really helpful to do this. So I have mine around here somewhere. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this on the U layer piece. All right, so we've got our For You. And now I'm just going to stick everything on my card. So we're going to go ahead and bring our card down here. And you can put this really wherever you want. Up to you. And these are going to be tucked back here. Okay. So for the 4, I'm going to grab a mini dimensional here. Yeah, grab a couple of them. And put those on there. I'm not going to put any on the F because that's where the leaf is going to tuck. And I'm just going to lightly rest it on here. I might want to adjust it a little bit, so I'm just going to lay it on there. And then I'm going to put a mini dimensional or 2 on the back of my leaf. and tuck that behind the word for. So this, these dies and these leaves are available now. The paper, like I said, is back ordered. So if you don't have this paper, you could, and you have these dies and the leaf punch, the bow punch, you could do the same card, but with a different designer paper. And it would be super cute. I actually would love to see this card with a bird on it. I don't know why I didn't make one with a bird on it, like the nesting stamp set would be super cute. Again, I'm not pressing real hard because I might be doing a little futzing once I get my U in place. So I've got my 4 there. I'm going to put some mini dimensionals. Actually, on the back of the U, you could fit a full-size one if you prefer. And I'm going to put 2 minis, one in the middle, one behind where the Y is. I'm not going to put any behind the U because that's where we're going to tuck the end of my leaf. And I'm putting these words at an angle. You can also make them more straighter. Is that a word? That is not a word, Susan. More straight if you prefer. You can do slightly angled, whatever you want. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put a mini dimensional on the back of this one. Adhesive sheets are a great way to use very skinny die pieces. And they are on page 157 in the annual catalog. You can also use them with punches. All right. And that one's hanging out a little bit. That one might needed to be a half a mini. I'm going to chop some of that off. There we go. Now it's a half mini. All right, so this is going to go probably right out of the base of the U there. I'm going to go a little bit more angly. There we go. Sorry, I was off camera there. So you can do the leaves however you want. And then we have those embellishments. I actually haven't lost mine yet. It's kind of a miracle. Let's pop those on. So where did that take your pick tool? Oh, found it. Take a sip, everyone. I found my take your pick tool. I barely remembered to get some water today. So there we go. All right. So I'm going to put one. These are all the medium size iridescent gems that I have here. I'm going to put one above the R, one next to the Y, and one over here. They often say with embellishments that you want to go in a triangular pattern. So that's what I did. It's usually a little more pleasing to the eye. So I want to show you how this can go into an envelope. Now, if you want, in the tutorial, I have an option, and I'll show you on some of the alternate cards here, where you can do a stamped panel here to have a sentiment. On this card, I just hand wrote a sentiment, but in the tutorial, I also have one where I stamped happy birthday. I can't show it to you because I already sent it to someone for their birthday. So I'm going to collapse up both sides here of the card, and I'm going to hold it with my hand, grab my envelope. Oh, sure. Knock a bunch of stuff over. And I'm going to slide the card into the envelope. You just want to make sure all your embellishment pieces are flat, but you can see how it ends up being a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card when it's all collapsed up and folded together. So, all right, let's look at some other versions of this card, okay? So I did this one. This is with the beautiful Around the Bend bundle that is in the mini catalog. It has these curved dies, these gorgeous leaves. The hello there is also from that set, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Just cut it white. I love white on white. This is the fine shimmer paper from the mini catalog, and then this is the brushstroke specialty paper from the annual catalog. And then this one, I did do a panel inside that has a stamped sentiment on it. So this one also stands for display. Get my wings ready. You can spread your wings, and it also collapses down to the regular card base size. And then I thought it would be fun to do some little Easter fun. So I did this one with the Easter Bunny. Now the Easter Bunny stamp set is available to purchase. We've got Easter coming up in about a month here. And the Bunny Punch is on back order. That won't be in until May, but the stamp set is available. And I also use some brand new dies. These are called the Radiating Stitches dies that I have back here. Super fun. They're layering rectangle dies. There's even a bigger one that's kind of a whole card base size. There's a heart. There's 2 circles as well. So super fun dies. Those are part of the online exclusive products. And I have my little bunny here. Now this one, I have a lot of my stamping friends who have grandkids, and they like to give cash gifts for holidays, Christmas, whatnot, Valentine's Day. And so I was playing around with how to make this a gift card holder, or a money holder, I should say. So I put inside of mine a panel that says an Easter treat for you. And then on the back of the card, I have just a band of designer series paper, and it folds in the middle to go with the fold. And then you can just tuck some bills. You could put one on each side if you wish. I'm giving a whole $1 here. And it's just an easy way to include the money. That's kind of fun because it's tucked on the back. Of course, you could also just fold it up and tuck it on the inside. That would work as well. But just wanted to try a little different way of doing it. Now, you wouldn't be able to do a gift card per se, because then it would keep the card from flying. However, if they pulled it out, then the card would fly. So up to you on how you want to do that. And then this is the cane weave embossing folder over here, and the Country Gingham Designer Series paper, and the variegated balmy blue ribbon. Many of these products are in the mini catalog, and that is about to retire here at the end of April. I believe May 1st is the last day for that catalog. The Radiating Stitches dies, however, are new. Those are in the online exclusives, and those should be around for a while. So, all right, so you've seen 3. We've got 2 more to go here. I've got another one here. This is the one that my direct team members made with the beautiful Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper and the Irresistible Blooms dies. We also use the Elegant Eucalyptus embossing folder for these panels back here. And again, same deal. This one, you can also write a note in here. Hooray, it's your day. I'm doing lots of birthday cards because that's how I roll. And again, of course, it stands for display so that the recipient can display your artwork for all to see, right? Okay, one last one. Oh, I love this one. This one is with the Fancy Flora suite of products from the mini catalog. Absolutely love these. This is the two-tone Flora stamp set. If you haven't played with this, it is so fun to make beautiful two-tone flowers. It's just absolutely gorgeous. In the tutorial, I walk you through my favorite way to do those flowers and to line them up, and all of the colors and things that I used here. And then this is the Fancy Flora Designer Series paper, which makes me feel like an artist when I use it. And we've got the painted texture embossing folder, which is perfect with this particular paper. So this folds up like this. And there we have our birthday card. And again, you can write your sentiment right there. And if you wanted to write something on the back, you certainly can. And again, it stands for display, like so. All right. So, you guys, I think we did it. Once again, the Flying Seagull cards, those tutorials are on my blog as well. But this one, the Flying Finch, is now there. I just uploaded it right before I went live. And so you can go ahead and get this tutorial right now if you want to. Yay, there we go. So that was so fun. I hope those of you that had the packet, I hope you love your card. I would love any of you to join us next month for Crafternoon. I would love to send you a packet. If you place a $50 order US before tax and shipping, and unfortunately I'm only allowed to take orders in the US. If you place one this month, then you'll qualify for the April Fun Fold card, and I'll mail a packet to you. So I would love to craft with you next month on a video. If you have any questions about the tutorial, please let me know. And again, it's available right now. Woohoo! The blog post will be going up later, but the tutorial is in the tutorial store. Have a great rest of your crafternoon, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's a really quick card. I just wanted to be, it is assembled a little bit different than we're used to. So I wanted to go really slow so that that would make sense to you. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.